Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. I hope you're all doing well this fine Saturday. Who is here for a free card? Who is here for the fun? Who is here for the readings? I hope you're all doing well. So I just got up here, a little out of breath. Had to make sure the dog was all set for the live stream, and everybody. Oh, sorry. Oh, it always emails me to let me know I'm live. I don't know why. I would think I would know, but interesting. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm easily distracted today. But I hope you're all well. We're going to be pulling from the Tea Leaf Oracle today. And because it is such a thick stack, I kind of have to usually cut it in half or at least, take some off of it. But what I'll do is just kind of alternate between stacks so that we have the full, deck on board for today's readings, and hopefully we'll get a lot of different messages. But yeah, we'll just pull one or however many come out for each person, and we're just gonna get rolling because we're only doing 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna take this in the order that I see them, and if it appears that I skip you, I do apologize. I try to do things as by the book as I can, or as linearly or in order as I can. But I'm human, so I make mistakes. And I know yesterday we didn't get to all of the readings, and that might have upset a few people. I hope not, but I hope you guys can understand that I'm only one person, and I do try my best. But let's see who else here, and then we'll get going. Let's see. We've got Blissful. Thank you so much. Congrats on 1K, Amanda. Yes, I hit 1,000 subscribers after a year and 3 months, 4 months, somewhere in there. Whatever November to February is. A year plus November to February. Finally hit 1,000 subscribers over here. Not that I guess it really matters, because all I wanted with that 1,000 subscribers was the community tab, and I got it before the 1,000 subscribers for some reason. So there it is. And I guess anyone that wants to join the High Vibe tribe from here on out is more than welcome to do that. But thank you, I appreciate that. Rainy's here, Lunar's here, Ethan's here, Vicky Downey's here, Susie. I'm so sorry, Susie. Big hugs, big hugs. Cheyenne, Vicky, Rita Vega, Jessica Lynn. Ooh, it just jumped. Let me go back up. Michelle Lynn's here. Sasha Lopez, Nikki Swain, hello, Earthy Deva, Joy Ferguson. It's been a minute since I've seen you around. Welcome back. Let's see. Yes, I think I caught up with everybody. So, if you want a Tea Leaf Oracle, we've got 13 people and 12 likes on the video. Let's see if we can get that like to 13. And then I'll tell you the secret numbers for to get your card drawn. 1313, here we go. The number today is 777. Put it in the chat, press enter, and we will just go by whatever lineup I see on my end. Again, if it's different than your end, please don't continue to put in all of that, because it will just confuse me, and then I'm like, uh-oh. So please only put 777 once. If it appears that I skipped you, again, my apologies. I will try my very, very best to go in the order, at least that I see on this back end of YouTube here. And we'll try to get as many of these done as I can within 20 minutes. I didn't quite make it yesterday, but I will try today. Here we go. So first 777 I see is Vicky Downey. So we're going to start there. Get a card for Vicky. We have dogs getting together with friends. So go do something fun with your friends. I think if I keep the messages a little shorter and sweeter, I can probably accommodate more people. How does that sound? Michelle Lynn, 777. Ooh, you get 2. Bull, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And also coins. Money will be coming to you, but it might be as a source, or like with you standing up for yourself is kind of how that money will start coming in. You'll have to kind of stand your ground for something. Okay, Cheyenne Downey wants a card. We've got this one. Purse, pay attention to your finances. Yes, make sure you're spending on all the right things. And I just heard sometimes you got to spend money to make money. So I know for a while you kind of were like, Invisalign, do I do it? Do I not? And I'm sure even though it was quite the investment, you're happy with it now. So kind of more along those lines, because I don't think you're someone that's just throwing money around. I really don't get that vibe from you. But if that is the case, tighten the purse strings a little bit. All right. Up next, we got Earthy Deva. You get two as well. Box. You will receive a gift and hills. Obstacles to overcome. Maybe the gift is you overcoming an obstacle in your life, something you're currently struggling with or have been struggling with that you're going to find a solution or an answer, or maybe, the obstacle's just going to take care of itself. We just never know how it's going to work out. Jessica Lynn. We've got a card here. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Very Mars energy, and Mars is currently conjunct Venus right now, or very close. They're going to kind of be riding this very close dance together for a few months. So it's going to be a lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot of everything that stirs up those emotions in all of us in the collective. All right, let's see. Lucina, you get two as well. Inkpot, problems to be resolved, and Kite, vacation. Maybe going on a vacation will help bring you the answers you seek to solve some of your issues or problems going on. Gisela B, let's get you a card. Oh, we got three for you. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Seahorse, family matters, and peacock, beware of great pride. So there might be family members that are trying to push their agenda or their belief system or their opinion on you, is really the vibe I get with all three of these together. And this will take you having to really, Seven of Wands energy, really defend yourself, Gisela, and how you see the world and not back down. Okay. Up next, we got Brittany. Brittany. You get a card here. We got Apple. Temptation will test you. Devil card energy. So this to me feels like habits that you're overcoming or you're about to embark overcoming. It will be a little difficult, but life's worth the challenge. I just heard. All right, Joy Ferguson. Here is your card, my dear. You have grapes. Time to go out and have some fun. Yes, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, especially if you've been working hard or things have felt a little blah in your life. Go do something fun and new and exciting. All right, let's get one for Susie. Ooh, the whole thing just jumped. Here we go. I'm making good time. We're only 7 minutes in. I feel like I'm doing the thing. All right, Susie's card. Susie has Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So there might be someone coming at you, bro, a little bit that you don't have to even defend yourself. Just allow them to say what they're going to say and don't take it personally, because it's just something that's really going to fall on deaf ears because you love them anyway, is what I'm hearing. All right, Nikki Swain, here is your card. We have Owl. Good advice from a wise person is coming your way. This person may even be your higher self. So, pay attention to those thoughts and intuitions that are coming through. Raven Moth, let's get you a card, my dear. Well, you get 3 cards, apparently. Ladder, climbing towards success. We've got Dragon, beware of self-delusion. And Lion, time to act. And, Lion can be a little prideful, very Leo energy. I live with a lot of Leos, so, I understand. So this is maybe just staying a little bit out of ego as you climb towards success, because success really will find you as you humble your life. But I think you're already on that track. This is just kind of more serving as a reminder than, a warning. You're good to go. Spirit's like, nah, she's good to go. It's just a nice warning, or not warning, a nice reminder for a lot of us. All right, Rita Vega, you have your dog barking. Advice from a friend coming in. Isn't that a cute little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. I love dogs. All right, Lunar. Let's get Lunar a card. All right, Lunar gets 2. We've got Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. This feels like family. This doesn't really feel like friends or anyone really living in your home, but extended family. And then Parrot. Someone gossip about all your secrets. So again, I'm really feeling this is family, and it's not like they have the dirt on your secrets. Not that you really have any, but it's more them talking about who they think you are, or the projection of who they project themselves onto you to be. You know what I mean? It's not even reality, but let them talk, let them do whatever. And I'm hearing stubborn. It's funny because they're both animals too. So maybe looking into the spirit animal of Parrot and Mule will bring you some additional guidance about this, but it feels very extended family oriented to me. Okay. Woo. Ethan. We got here horseshoe. Good luck. Good luck is coming your way. Pretty self-explanatory for you, Ethan. Sasha Lopez. Let's get you a card. Here we go. Pale. Time to get out of a situation. So this is something you already intuitively know about. This is something that you're like, yeah, I just don't like this anymore. You're already moving through it. So just make that leap and take the chance to move out of this energy. And it's not spiritually bypassing it to move out of it. This to me feels more like you know, taking like intentional action to move your vibration out of a situation or relationship or whatever it is. Okay. So Pika Lee, here we go. Well, you've got flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. And I think you've kind of had this going on a little bit here and there. But discord among friends or family. This just might be something going on kind of collectively in your friend group or, you know, with some of the love interests that are going on that it has nothing to do with you, but maybe you're hearing about it. Maybe they're kind of venting to you that, oh yeah, so-and-so said this or so-and-so did that. You know, so just if you don't really want to get involved in anyone's drama, just, I guess, hold space for them. But just, yeah, it really didn't feel like it was about you at all, though. All right. Barbara wants a card. Here we go. You've got here wreath, sorrow over a loss. To me, this feels like a past energy. And then yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah, this is past energy that you're still kind of working through, this grief or loss, Barbara. It could even be current. I don't feel like this is something to grieve in the near future. This is something that's already on your radar. It just could be past traumas you're kind of dealing with or moving through or healing from. Whatever resonates. You kept thinking about your finances today and budgeting more and spending less on treats. There you go. Yes, we can all do that once in a while, right? Okay, it really jumps. So let me scroll back up. Okay, Jamie Withrow. Let's get you a card. And here it is, butterfly, a change for the better. And this one's really calling my name too. Ooh, wow, Jamie, you always just clean house on these. So we got butterfly, a change for the better. You've got fan, romance, celebration, and party. That could be a good change. You're just planning some sort of party or trip. Obstacles to overcome in family matters. So you're really overcoming, you know, again, this doesn't feel like anything that you did or you're involved with, but these people in your family just may be, you know, kind of like we had with Lunar's her card, you know, that maybe some family members are just talking because they don't understand your life because, you know, you're leveling up. And a lot of times even people should be happy for us. It's almost like there's this jealousy that can happen if it's perceived that you're moving or rising above someone. Even if you don't see it that way, sometimes others can perceive it that way. If that's the case, that's kind of how I'm reading that for you. All right, outside therapy experience. Here is your card, my dear. You get 2, cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life, and handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So you might be meeting an important person coming up in your life, or it just feels like an important moment where it's really helping you not feel so dissatisfied with life. It's giving you this sense of purpose once again, and it feels really good. Okay, so who do we have next? Brandy Lynn. Okay, we get 3, 4 for Brandy Lynn. We got sun, happiness, and well-being. We've got great passion coming in with tulip, and it's kind of coming to be, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, about time for the tulips. You know, maybe about a couple months, give or take, depending on the region that you're in, but exciting times. Bird perched, waiting for news, package or letter. Maybe you're literally waiting for something, Brandy. And then broken wishbone, a wish will not be granted. But it's interesting because they don't depict the part that should be the loss. You know, usually if you get the better half of the wishbone, you're the winner. And that's really how I'm reading this. Even though it says the opposite, I'm actually seeing news or something that you thought, oh, it's just not going to be in my favor. It's not going to go my way. Actually, no, it is. It is going to go your way because you got the sun and the tulip. Exciting times. Good stuff, Brandy. Okay. Let's see. Yes, that's right. That is another name for a mule. Okay, let's see. Anyone else? 777 for a card. I'm making great time with these. I think I'll use these more often because I can get more to the point. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I can definitely feel that extended family. I'm used to them talking behind my back. So numb to them now. Yeah, really, it's just like, stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about anyway. Jaden Waters, let's get you a card. And we have here torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That's exciting stuff. So you're just learning more about that inner fire is what I'm hearing, Jaden. Okay. Anyone else that we missed? Anyone else that we missed that would like me to pull you a tea leaf oracle card? Go ahead and put a 777 in the chat. And we will get right into that. If we don't see any other 777s, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We made it through. So put a 777 if you would like a card. And oh wow, I don't see any donations. So this might be the end of our stream today, actually. Under 20 minutes. How did we accomplish that? Oh, third eye with the torch card. I love that. Yeah, it's a very Ace of Wands. I think that's amazing. All right. Yeah, I'll just double check my email, but I don't think we have any donations. So this might be it. I'm not seeing any more 777s. So, wow, I got all dressed up and showed up to do a 15-minute live stream. Oh, Clutching My Pearls wants a card. Okay. Here we go. Clutching My Pearls. We've got Mountain. Major challenge to overcome. I want to get a clarifier on that. Hat, you will be playing a different role. So yeah, it's like you're shifting timelines, or like you are just leveling up or rising above, and maybe just trying to stay where you've been isn't working for you anymore, and you are just about ready to put on this new hat, play a different role, a more literally risen above. I mean, this hat has risen even above the horizon line. Like you literally have climbed this mountain and you're like, what's next? Bring it on. All right. So I'll probably give it, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes before I head out, just to make sure. But I always like to start this out with some sort of thank you to you guys. I'm kind of glad now that I did not make this my 1,000 subscriber like live stream, because it would have been very short. I was kind of thinking to do that on Wednesday, possibly. If big if I'm still at the 1,000 subscriber mark, because it's like I'll go up 5 subscribers and then I'll go down 10 subscribers. Like I've been playing this dance for about 3 months. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It has to be me. I'm the common denominator between all my channels, and they're all just not on their best performance right now. But that's the thing too, like just in my own life, I've been doing a lot of shadow work, a lot of healing, and sometimes that almost looks like everything's burning down and falling apart in every other aspect of life. But I'm slowly starting to feel a rise in everything again, which feels good. It lets me know I am on the right path, even if some days I'm, my ego's like, are you sure, Amanda? Does anyone even want to hear from you anymore? You know how that is. Okay. Oh no, a dead battery. No, I definitely don't expect you guys to donate. I'm literally only here for those that really want and need it. I don't expect you guys to always have to be on doing what you do. Oh, we got a couple donations coming in, so maybe it won't be the shortest live stream ever. So we've got Pika Lee first, and then Clutching My Pearls. Let me go ahead and get you in. Pika Lee, go ahead and post your question. We'll get right into it. And Clutching My Pearls. There's our donation list. No, I think Spirit's trying to get me to clean my house anyway. They're like, you just need to be on for just this amount of time and then get back to cleaning, because I've been just folding mountain. That mountain card should have been for me too, just overcoming a big obstacle. Folding a mountain of laundry and then getting it all put away. It's a lot. Yeah, eventually, once this place is at least semi, I don't know, organized, I can then hopefully, if business picks up, I can hire someone to help me keep it up. Because if I work all day and then the kids come home and everybody's tired and we're just trying to get through the day, and it gets to be a lot. When my kids were much younger, it's weird because you'd think, well, little kids, because they don't pick up after themselves, they don't make as big a mess. But I don't know. It's maybe they just have more stuff now and they need more stuff with sports and school and art and, I don't know, responsibilities. Yeah, it's just a lot. I know, Raven. It's funny because I know these things on like a deep cellular level for other people, But one of my, besides just trusting my own intuition, one of my biggest life lessons is and always has been just my own self-worth. And if you had met me 5 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, I've changed a lot, just even with my, limited thinking about myself and everything. Like, I have such high hopes for everyone I know, and then it comes to me and I'm like, well, I don't deserve it. And I'm still like imposter syndrome with a lot of things that I want to accomplish and do, and trying to talk myself out of it. And I'm trying really hard to not allow the ego to just completely tell me, just quit, give up. No one wants to hear from you anyway. Because there have been so many times where I think that, and it's not even true. I mean, maybe sure. Maybe there are people out there that are like, just shut up already. I get it. Yes, I'm sure there are those people, but the people that come around day after day aren't those people. And I love that you guys are not those people, because it does help me gain that confidence that I need. Yeah, it's not just your ego that's been out of control. It's like a collective thing. There's just been this big collective shadow or purge going on with a lot of ego aspects, shadow aspects. Us being forced, pretty much forced, not like, oh, let's do some shadow work today. Like, no, forced. Sit your butt down and face the shadow before life literally blows up in your face. And that was me pretty much October through January. And the screws really started turning in January. And, I'm like, well, I'm just going to face this. And then I did. And I mean, yeah, there's always more to do, more to face, more to heal. But I really overcame some things, and I'll do it. I'll pat myself on the back right now. I'm proud of myself for what I've done and overcome, because it's been some choppy, rough waters where I thought, well, the ship's already gone down. Am I going to drown with it? And then I remembered the Titanic reading that we did over on Patreon, and I'm like, those inner Earth beings will save me. Right, Lunar? Lunar was there. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling now. Pika Lee has already posted her question, and I'm going to scroll back up and get to it. Okay, I don't even know what to ask. I didn't want the love to end so soon. You are the sweetest. The live, gotcha. Well, love works too. Sharing the love in the High Vibe tribe. Can we dive into that life? That last life in India. There's a card that's called Sage that I resonate with every time I pull it, and an image of a man that looks so happy and at peace uses a palm leaf or banana leaf as a pen. Oh, how cool. I believe I was some sort of yogi or something. I'm already getting it. Chills are coming. Because I do have this strong inner wisdom that has always been with me all my life. I'm just so curious about my life in India. Ooh, I love it. We're tapping in right now. Trying to think of the best deck to use for this. I think we're gonna go with, I always forget the name of this one. I have the book over here somewhere. Gateway to the Divine Tarot. All right, so let's feel into this particularly, that last life in India. And this is one of my couple reversal decks I have that I purposely shuffle in reversals, and we'll just shuffle in a few more. See what comes up. Ooh, we have here the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you were somebody who, it's like every waking breath, you were just happy to be wherever you were, experiencing whatever you were, even if it didn't feel good on the human level. Like, as you grew older, I'm picking up masculine energy here too. So you were a masculine in that specific life we're tapping into in India. Yeah. And you were very intuitive. You were a masculine energy, but also tuning very much into the divine feminine. There was a major union of, and a nice balance between divine feminine and divine masculine with you in this incarnation. And you just made life like a walking, breathing meditation. And, that's what we all strive to do. And a lot of times we think, well, if I'm not spiritual enough, if I don't meditate enough, if I'm, not some yogi up on the mountain just meditating for 23 hours a day and doing all the rest of what I need to do in that 1 hour a day, that I'm not doing it right. But spirit, it's interesting, because you might think that in your life, like, if I could just have more time to be more spiritual and do this and do that and do this and do that. This is really what spirit's showing me, is the fact that we incarnate here. We could just be all up in our spiritual senses and not even incarnate. But the fact that we decided to take on the challenge of being in a limited being, as in like a human body, a human vessel, um, like that's a challenge in and of itself that we're not used to on the other side. It's not a comfortable feeling. And then we make it even more difficult by having to work, having to pay bills, having to, raise a family if that's what we choose to do, or have friends and relationships. And, every turn and twist of the human story is very, hands on and difficult. Things would be much easier and much simpler if we did have that option to just go be a yogi somewhere and do all of that. But the fact that you're working a corporate job and you have bills to pay and life to live and do all these things, like it actually really shows the strength that you, Pika Lee, and those of us who can't just go be yogis and spend all day meditating. It just shows how strong we are. That yes, we're doing all the things, but we're also still tuned in with that spiritual aspect. And that's really what, yes, you did have a life where you did create that kind of walking meditation. It's like, because I'm hearing yogi by accident, because you didn't start that way. Yeah, absolutely. Because with this Eight of Swords, this shows you were very caught in ego, striving to, sell enough grain, or because they're showing me you were a merchant. You were some sort of merchant. They're showing me like a kind of a very rural kind of looking town square where everybody's just setting up their carts and their tables and their shop. Kind of, it's kind of a set up and take down the same day kind of vibe. But you guys, I'm seeing you and a brother would set up these like the stand with grain, and you had some vegetables and stuff like that you would sell. And one day actually, they're showing me that you guys got robbed. You guys got robbed. Like, this guy had a knife and he took the money, and he even stole a bunch of goods that he could basically put in his pack and run off with. This was like as the sun, they're showing me like the sun is setting and you guys got robbed, and you just, it was kind of the last straw for you, because life had already been very difficult. And then you're like, I'm doing everything. Spirit's like, Amanda, listen up. This message is almost just as much for you, even though it's her past life. It's like, I'm doing everything I can and busting my butt and working so hard to prove to spirit, see, I'm a good person. I'm trying. I'm helping. I think I'm living my purpose, but like, everywhere I go, brick wall, brick wall, brick wall, energetic block, energetic block, energetic block. And that was the last straw for you, to where you just pretty much fell to the ground. Your brother thought that maybe the guy had stabbed you. He's just like, what happened? What's going on? And it's so, oh, could that brother be my little brother in this life? Yeah, we're gonna tune into that. I'm feeling you are related, blood related to this person in this life. I'm already feeling that. And it is a masculine energy in this life too. So we'll really tune in a second. But yeah, your brother in that life was just like, what's going on? What happened? And you just literally were just like writhing in not physical pain, but like spiritual, emotional, mental pain. And you're just pretty much surrendered. But it was more of a fatalistic kind of surrender at the time. And you're just like, I can't do this anymore. No, I'm done. I'm done. You just said, I'm gonna lay here until my soul leaves my body. That's my plan. That's all I'm doing. And before you knew it, your brother, he was done fighting with you. Like, he begged you for over an hour. They're showing me over an hour for you to get on, let's walk home, let's pack up and just go. And he finally kind of begrudgingly just like left you to your own, meltdown. And the very next morning, here comes this nice lady with some water, and then this other nice man with a sandwich, or something really good that you could eat. And someone put an umbrella kind of shade up so you wouldn't burn. Like, people were literally stepping in to take care of all the needs, because you couldn't do it. You literally felt like a broken person, and it was too hard and it got too rough. But then the people that, even people you didn't know well, they were just kind of community acquaintances, they just stepped up and, gave from their heart. It's not going to hurt someone to go to the well and get a cup of water. I mean, it takes some time, but like, it's the thought that counts, is what Spirit's showing me. Even that lady that, put the shade up, like, she made sure that you were safe and comfortable. And you didn't barely know this lady from Adam. So like, it just really, it did something to your soul. It healed you. Just watching people step up where you felt broken healed you. And you were able to then, within a day and a half, they're showing me, it didn't take too long. A day and a half, you kind of picked yourself up, drank the water, ate the food, and, wiped the tears from your eyes and got up and decided, you know what? Okay, we're going to do this. Here we go. We're going to be okay. And what it led to was, this kundalini rising, this awakening within you that, yes, you did take a lot of time to kind of, go be a yogi and go on the mountain and, not preach to people so much, but you just shared from your heart and people really looked up to you, and you did become someone of great esteem in your day, in your village, in your community at the time. And it just goes to show you that even in this life, when you feel broken, like that's where you rise from the phoenix, like the phoenix rising from the ashes of your own life, rising from the dead. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. So yeah, I want to just tune in and see if this is your brother, the brother from that life, if this is your younger brother in this life, the one most specifically that you are kind of intuiting. Ace of Wands, that's a yes. Any wand card is, or ace card, not wand card. Any ace is a yes. And I had a feeling, you had a feeling, the fact that you even brought that up, that's beautiful. Like I truly feel this. And so, and I've always told myself that I've been given so much so much love, that the legacy of my upbringing is to share that love and light with others. That's so beautiful. Yes. And I've had chills like this whole time. It's so, so beautiful. But yeah, I mean, this is just a testament to how strong your soul is. So keep going. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times lifetimes will kind of mirror each other just to see if we got the point, if we learned the lesson, if the tests have been completed. And I'm hearing in this life, you definitely passed the test. So you're good. All right. I hope that resonated. That was so much fun. So clutching my pearls. Double check that we didn't get any other donations, and yeah, we can do a half-hour live stream. I feel cool with that. So clutching my pearls is next, and then that is it for donations. Yeah, my little brother and I are really close, born 2 years and 4 days apart. I thought we were twins. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. All right, let's see. Oh, you've been drawing every day and wanting to animate. I actually went to college it was called Digital Integrated Media, but we called it initially Digital Art and Design, but the art department at the university was like, you can't use the word art, even though media arts, the word art is in like the major that I was in. It's weird. So we had a big battle and they decided to call it Digital Integrated Media, but I had to do a lot of Adobe. Oh man, oh my gosh, why can't I even think? It was Illustrator, was not the animated. After Effects, gosh, but it's been years since I've even done any animation, and yeah. I was more interested at first in like video production, and they did have a Media Arts video production track. That's a whole story on how I actually ended up the other way, but yeah. But so fun though. Yeah, you should look into it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of hard work and a lot of frustration at times, but so much fun. Oh my gosh, it's, at least when I was learning it, there weren't the probably workarounds and easy fixes to make things flow easier. But this was in like 2006 through 2008 when I was in that program major. So like, I don't know, things I think have advanced pretty well since then. I just never went into the field of animation through work, so I didn't keep up with doing animation. I was more, I guess, interested in like the like graphic design portion of the animation track, if that makes sense. And I love the sound design because we had to learn sound design for that track too. And oh my God, I love that. I love that. I want to create soundscape like meditation things eventually, but like bucket list, long-term goals. I love just messing with music and sound, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with just like, like just taking a quartz crystal and just what sounds can I make? What music can I make with just things around me? And there's a guy, I think his name is Kurt Hugo Schneider here on YouTube that does just that, and I love his channel. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Kurt Hugo Snyder or Schneider, one of the two. All right, clutching my pearls. It's your turn, my dear. I don't know. She may have already posted while I was sitting here rambling. Oh, your parents told you when I used to fall out dramatically on the floor when I was done with life. I didn't throw tantrums. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so fun. I mean, not funny, but like it makes sense. Like you literally took a day and a half of your life to just give up for that one lifetime. It only took a day and a half though. Like you could have done that for weeks. I mean, there've been people that have really, been in a place where they just lose it for weeks or months or maybe years. It only took you, less than 48 hours, it appears, in that life anyway. But what a beautiful life. I love that. Hopefully someday you ask more about that life because I want to know more. So cool. All right, clutching my pearls. Oh, she did tell me general. Duh, I knew this. I'm a little slow to the take today. All right, we're going to go here. What does clutching my pearls need to know, please, Spirit? Woo! We've got something. We've got temperance energy, but this is the art card in the Thoth-based tarot deck. This is art. So this is really telling me for you to try something or embrace something really creative and fun that you don't have to be a master at, painting or drawing or I don't know, interior design, whatever, creative endeavors float your fancy. But just doing them and engaging in them can really put you in an elevated consciousness that will really raise your vibration and get you out of any kind of funk that you've been feeling in. Because I'm already kind of getting this need here with the temperance. It's like they did a mural of the traditional Rider-Waite temperance on this card, which I think this is such a beautiful, beautiful temperance card. One of my favorites that I have, at least in the decks that I currently own. I love this so much. But this is you literally creating your balance, your peace, your, just flow with life by creating art or, doing something artistic, or I'm even seeing you doing something like Sudoku or however you pronounce that, Sudoku. I think I know one of those ways is right, but I always flop it around. With the numbers where you got to do 1 through 9 in each square and each row. Even something like that can put your mind in an altered state to where you are having access to higher states of consciousness. And that's exactly what I think you need. Because maybe you've been really, I won't say stuck in the matrix, but maybe you've just been dealing with a lot of, I guess, just like human things. And this is asking you to deal with, more, I won't say mental, because I think there's a lot of mental stuff going on. Like the wheels are turning, you're using your mental muscle a lot. But this to me just feels more, I don't know, from the heart and also from spirit, more spiritual as well. Oh yeah, and then we got the moon. So yeah, that intuition. And even, I love this depiction too. This whole deck is like a dream come true. I love this deck so much. But this is like, it's based on New York City. And it's like LGBTQ plus like friendly and, all the different race friendly. Like I love this deck. It's very, very inclusive. But what I think is cool about this is that, that urban legend of alligators in the sewers, and there's literally an alligator. This woman's in the sewer. We've got also some sort of wolf or coyote, I'm not sure, like creepy dog, but one of those like horror movie dogs. And I love dogs, but like this one's not giving me good vibes. But it's like she's tamed these beasts because she lives among them is kind of what I see. And I think maybe you've been kind of living among the beasts of, the 3D world, clutching my pearls. And now is the time for you to kind of rise above or, take the ladder up and go do something or experience something that's a little more peaceful, a little more calming, a little less, have to kind of fight or flight my way through this and just go have some peace. Maybe even getting outside if that's feasible where you're at. I know Northern Hemisphere is in a bit of a winter time right now. So, out my window, it's almost 50 degrees today. And I went out there literally in this tank top, just like this, to go get my mail. And I'm like, I could stay out here a minute. And I literally live in my hoodie. So yeah, it hits 50 in the winter in Montana. We think it's springtime. But then we have here Public Defender with the Queen of Wands. And I love this depiction because the Queen of Wands is someone who's very spiritually tuned in, and this is really what Spirit is wanting you to do, or the kind of the direction you're being called to go in Clutching My Pearls is a more spiritual direction, but also it's almost like she's living amongst, the 3D beasts in the 3D world, because yet another beast, as we call them, beautiful big cat here. But it's not like she's worried about it. She's just kind of coexisting among the chaos, among the fray, so to speak. So it's almost like after a time of you kind of taking a respite, maybe even taking a vacation day or two, that would be great. Um, to kind of bring yourself out of this fight or flight energy when you do go back into the matrix, so to speak, or back to work, or just back to your day-to-day life, you won't feel like you're so much on that you have to keep taming everything. It's almost like it kind of tamed itself, and you can just kind of float amongst the chaos if the chaos is going on. Let's see. On the back of the deck, we got the matriarch with the Queen of Discs. So 2 queens. This is you getting in your divine feminine receptive energy, and not that masculine energy where you're trying to make things happen, which, I'm calling a lot of us out, especially me right now, because I keep thinking, well, I need to get more things done and more things accomplished. And if I could just upload more things will come better and flow better. But like, nah. It's all about embracing and like surrendering and be opening to receive, and not feeling like you have to be going and doing all the time, but taking a break and taking a step back. Because with this matriarch card here, she doesn't have to go out every day, most likely. She doesn't have to go out every day and bust her butt and, work really hard, because that part of her life is behind her. It's like she's now kind of enjoying a very comfortable retirement based on all those foundations she set for herself. Not to say she doesn't do anything, because I think she's still very involved in her community and, doing a lot of things to help other people, because she just seems so proud of her family and her community. And this is really what I see you doing, as just being very proud of who you've become, how far you've come. Yeah, Spirit really wants to remind you, just taking a look back, even at the last 5 years of your life, like you've really leveled up. And a lot of times when in our day-to-day grind, we really forget that. We think we've always been this version of ourselves, but if you look back a few years and then a few years and a few years, you're like, wow, I've really grown. I've matured. I've come a long way. I'm really proud of myself. So Spirit wants you to be proud of yourself, because you really have come a long way. Let's go to the the Gateway of Activation Oracle. I always forget the name of this one. But I do remember the Priestess of Light Oracle that I struggled with for I don't know how long. But you've got here the Thoth light codes. And it's funny because I use the Thoth-based, or Toth, I've heard it pronounced both ways, so I'm not sure. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I use the only Thoth-based tarot deck that I have, and then we get the Thoth card. Like, that's crazy. But this is Light Initiation, Great Teacher Awakening, and Divine Magic. I mean, really, this is what we were talking about, is just stepping into that divine flow, that intuition, that spirituality, and then bringing yourself. It's like you can be in the world, but not of it. It's like you can still exist with people in the 3D world, but like be a more humbled version of those humans that's just kind of floating on a cloud. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, let's see. On the back of the deck, we got Halls of Amenti. Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, and Initiations. So there's basically 2 cards, because you have a Light Initiation, and then it says Initiation. So you're being initiated spiritually, or it's not like we are learning to be spiritual or anything like that. This really is you just remembering your natural spiritual state, because we are all naturally spirit when we're not incarnated. Like, that's our natural state of being. We just forget that, and then we think only select few or the chosen few have spiritual gifts. That's just absolutely not true. A lot of times we have to dig through years of programming and conditioning to remember we have those spiritual gifts. But once you do, and you start really fine-tuning those spiritual gifts, Spirit's like, okay, she's ready. Let's give her more access to light, more access to light. That's what that Light Initiation card, well, I put it back, but that Light Initiation card you had, it's like you're bringing more of your own light online, because you're doing so much, good in the world. It's really beautiful. So I hope that resonated for you. Clutching My Pearls. I always love your name. All right. So we got a donation coming in from, let's see, Aw, Pika Lee has donated for Jaden Waters and for Ethan. Aw, you are the sweetest. That was so sweet. So yes, we will go ahead and dive right into that. Let's start with Jaden because Jaden was the first name, and then Ethan will be next. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Sharing the love. So Jaden, and then Ethan. There we go. All right. What do I do? Ask a question? Yeah, anything you want to know about, or even if you just want to leave it open to spirit to bring through a general message, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to take a drink of my water because that'll feel good to me. Good cold water. Aw, so sweet. So sweet. Thank you so much, Pika Lee. That's just amazing. Okay, something from your guides or a past life. All right, let's just see what comes through. Sometimes past lives like to come through. Sometimes there's a message your guides want to get through. A lot of times if they feel they have an opportunity, they will take said opportunity and get you a message about whatever it is. Because usually when you ask about, anything, any question you phrase, it's usually coming in from either your own higher self or your guides. That's kind of usually how it works. But let's see, for Jaden, anything that needs to come through or a past life, whatever's most important. Well, we have the Hierophant. So yeah, this is you really tuning into your spiritual gifts and abilities and just kind of doing things a non-traditional way, being an old soul. I really see that with this card. It's just a very non-traditional, at least by modern standards, way of being spiritual. And then we have a donation coming in from Katie R. Thank you so much. We'll get you on the list. All right. So let's see what else Jaden needs to know. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. This is working together. Finding some sort of high vibe tribe or sort of spiritual community that you can hang out in. Maybe even, your drawing, your creation. Maybe you find some other like-minded creative souls that you can hang out with either in person or online and create things and, give each other feedback on what it is you're creating. That's really fun. Or maybe you're meeting just like soul family type members in some sort of creative community. Oh, you're so lonely. Oh, big hugs. Well, there is a community out there for you. It's just a matter of putting yourself out there and finding it. I'm hearing climb the ladder, but like not in like a 3D kind of way. This is you just taking one step, then another, and it will lead you to your online community. It's like like for instance, like when I met Lunar, I wasn't joining the AuthorTube community specifically to find friends or soul family, but it happened just because I was passionate about what I was doing, and I was basically creating that channel just to document my own writing journey. And lo and behold, I met some really great people through that, and soul sister vibes. Like I found some soul family, and that wasn't even my intent. My intent was just to create and have fun and share it. But if people didn't want to see it, that's cool, because I was really just creating that for my own posterity or fun to be able to watch it back. Yeah, and that actually might lead you to some money. Yeah, YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever feels good. But finding a way, it's not the reason you're doing it, but like you can benefit by doing these creative things by actually getting income from them. And I'm seeing this wolf next to him too, and it's like he's tamed that wolf, he's tamed the beast. And in this instance, the beast is your ego. Being able to tame your ego so that your ego's not going to talk you out of it. Like, who would want to look at your art anyway? You're so dumb. Like, been there. And this is just you believing in yourself. But a lot of times that does come with wisdom and life experience and age. Not always, though. Not always. But a lot of times the life experience is like one of our biggest teacher. My ego, oh my God, tell me about it. Yes, it's such a human, I guess, lesson that we're here to learn, is to not like conquer the ego or dominate the ego, but like integrate that ego to serve us, because the ego has a very beautiful purpose. It's just that as humans, we think the ego is us, which it's not. It's an aspect of us, I guess. And a lot of times we give it front and center, front row seat, driver's seat of our lives and let it run the show. And when we can start taming that and realizing it's like higher self steps in and kind of runs the show and asks the ego its opinion at times, or allows the ego to keep it safe in the 3D world. That's really what I see as using the ego in a healthy way and just allowing your own soul to shine through on whatever it is you're creating. Yeah, and it's going to take some work and some effort, obviously, because anything that's worth anything in this world, most people do have to start from the ground up and have some patience with it, and just watch something grow very slowly over time. Even these people that appear to just blow up overnight on TikTok, or music stars, all of this, you don't usually see the blood, sweat, and tears and all the failed attempts. Like, even they're showing me James Charles for some reason, who's like a beauty influencer on YouTube. If you don't know who that is, even James Charles used to come on YouTube as like a, I don't know, like 13-year-old boy and sing very off key, and he thought it was great at the time, and then he, like, I guess someone found his old channel and was like roasting him, and at first he was hurt, his ego was hurt, but then he's like, you know what, no, like, I was trying, and I was making those mistakes, and like, look how far Charles came after that. So it's like, no one really saw that part of James Charles when he first blew up and took off on YouTube, or the CoverGirl ads and stuff. But over time, you realize, well, he wasn't just some overnight success. Like, there was a lot of effort and work and failed attempts that went into this. And, that's what a lot of us forget or just don't see. Alex, oh my goodness, it's been so long. How are you? But I hope that resonated, Jaden. Yeah, just don't let the ego tell you you're not good enough or that no one will listen, because they will. Yeah. Yeah, you got an Instagram account with some art. Yeah. Well, that would be fun. Just even if you just create art for the sake of creating art for yourself, that's enough. You don't even have to put it out there if you don't want. But a lot of times the sharing of your heart, your art, your heart, your art, it really does open new doors. Like, just me sharing my writing journey, even though I wasn't literally sharing the writing I was doing, I was just kind of documenting the journey for myself. It brought in people who could, enjoy that content, or that, resonated with me as a person. And, you just never know where the journey is going to take you. You just never know, but it's worth trying. It's worth taking that first step. And that Hierophant card you had just a minute ago. All right, Ethan, it's your turn, my dear. And then Katie R is on deck. All right. All right, so Ethan and then Katie R. There we go. Take another drink. Oh, something just caught my eye. I actually ordered this probably close to 8 months ago and never hung it up, never did anything with it. I actually want to hang it down, like, with my plants in my living room, but, I got a lot going on. So I just want to show you guys, since it's here, not that way, this way. It's like ocean waves, and then you hang it on the wall. Mine's very cluttered up, but you get the vibe. But I love the colors blue and green together. It's very earthy to me, Earth, like as seen from space. I just love this. It's funny though, because in the advertisement, they got me with the advertising. I saw this and I was just like, wow, that is the coolest thing ever. And then I get it, because I thought it was like resin and like paint. Like, it looked realistic as heck. But then I get it. It's literally just kind of printed on the back, and I don't know. I still like it, but it wasn't quite what I thought it would be. But like, I still like it, so I'm not too mad at it. But I probably spent a little more than I would have if I knew this is exactly what it was going to be. But I still like it. Yeah, I need to get that hung up with my plants. Yeah, it just caught my eye, so I thought, hey, show and tell. I could show and tell for years with all the crap crammed into this room right now. Very soon, though, my husband is going to help cut some of these wire shelves that I've got in this closet next to me. Yeah, there's a closet next to me if you didn't know. And I'm actually going to move all of those oracle cards over there into there with my beautiful rainbow color scheme. And I'm going to actually be able to access them easier. Maybe not easier, but just I'll have more room out in the room that if I don't want to see all of that, I can close the store and just not deal with it. I'm just kind of getting to that point in my motherhood, I guess, where I just don't need to see all the things I own out and about. I kind of want to store things away and have a more minimalist. Even my background here, I think I can minimize a little bit. I'm just over the clutter. I don't know. I know I bring that up like every live stream, but like it's totally messing with my vibe. Not to say I'm getting rid of everything. I don't think I could ever be that much of a minimalist, but I do know a lot of things I could part with and I wouldn't be too sad about. All right, Ethan, I had a vision earlier today and it was me running on the castle walls and the sky was red. I felt like I was Princess Zelda or anything residing in the royal family. I feel like it's a past life memory. Can we dive into this? And another note is the vision kept replaying in my head multiple times, so it felt important to me. Yeah, you're just saying that, Lunar. Yep. Jinx. It felt like a certain Zelda game in that vision. It's funny too. Yeah, right, Piccoli. I think it's kind of a collective thing because I know I'm not the only one that's like, where did all this clutter go? Like, I didn't set out to know that I was gonna have all this clutter. I mean, when I first started my channel in 2019, these shelves over, I'm gonna just show you because it's out of control. These shelves were very curated, and we're getting back to your reading, Ethan. Don't worry about that. I just want to finish this thought and then we'll get into it. These shelves were very nicely curated. Now they are literal storage units for all of my pick a card table accoutrement. Like there is just, I don't even know what. Look at that. I got owls. I used to kind of collect owls, so like I got a lot of owls. Just stuff that I've accumulated, and I've actually gotten rid of a lot of books, which there's not as many books on that shelf as you might think. A lot of it is oracle cards. It's like oracle cards are kind of stacked in front of those books. Oracle cards is that whole shelf. Oracle cards, that whole shelf, and even some up there. I can't do it right. Backwards on my thing. Okay, up there. Yeah. And then books. Can we see the floor? Yeah, there's a box I got to get out of here that's got stuff that I need to get rid of. And then we got books and candles, and just look at the clutter behind me that I hide. My secrets are revealed. You didn't know you were getting confessions of Amanda today, but there you have it. But like, it's just a lot of stuff because when I started the channel, I really went through this room and just only had the things that I loved and that I knew I needed, and I felt really good about it. And then I just kept buying decks and books. And, you know, most of my books I actually buy, I get from Goodwill. I don't even spend like a lot of money on that, but it just starts to accumulate and add up and add up and add up. And I think I can pare things down and still feel pretty happy with my life. I know I need to. And a lot of those little like gnome homes and fairy houses are actually meant to be out in my back garden. They're my kids' like fairy garden and gnome garden little decorations, but I bring them in for the winter, otherwise they get broken and damaged. Yeah, I've actually really pat myself on the back, done well with those candles back there. Like that little cubby all the way back. Yeah, there's my life-changing magic of tidying up. How ironic, as I show you all my clutter. That's all the candles I own, except 2 in my bathroom and 3 down in my living room. And maybe 1 on my nightstand. But yeah, like I've really done well. I mostly just allowed myself to burn. Oh, thank you. This is Ned. He's actually 21 Pilots lore character from the band 21 Pilots. Someone's take. I got this from Ukraine. Prayers, thoughts, love to the Ukraine, by the way. Yeah, she lives in the Ukraine, and this is Ned. Her kind of cute little chibi take on Ned. But yeah, I read this. This is probably the 4th time I've read this book cover to cover. In January I read this, and then I got sick and my whole life like blew up, and then I felt back on track and better than ever, and then I realized, wow, I really got to clear clutter from my house. So that's what I've been doing. talking a lot about it, but not doing a lot about it. But I actually did a lot about it this morning. My kitchen looks a lot better. Now I need to go through all the like vitamins and medicines in the cabinet and just get rid of stuff that we don't need or use. That's next on my list today if I get to it. If not, for tomorrow. Okay, back to Ethan's thing. But what I was going to say to Ethan, it reminds me of that Halsey song. I think I only watched the video for that song once. I think it's the lyrics go something like heading straight for the castle. Let me just see. Because what you're saying about this past life kind of reminds me of that music video. Again, though, I've only seen it once, so I might be misremembering. Let me just go to YouTube and search Halsey. Let's see. Ooh, and the song's called Castle. So let's see. Let me turn it down so I don't get a copyright strike. Maybe I'm just misremembering all of this. No, she's like full on in a castle. You can see all the reflections, but I don't know. Maybe look that up. See what you think. But that's a Halsey music video for the song Castle. But anyway, let's feel into this. Let's see if this is some sort of past life. Interesting. I'm already hearing Russia. So you might have been a Russian princess. Let me get another one, though. Probably not the best deck to be using, but yeah, I would definitely trust that intuition. But yeah, Four Pentacles. But this is such a, I guess I'm over it kind of vibe with the Four Pentacles. Like, I'm not like I'm over it, like, blah, but like, I'm gonna rise above this. Like, I'm gonna figure this out. Yeah, this to me feels like Russian. Like, your father was a czar, like a Russian czar, and you were the princess, you were the daughter, and there's something about a legacy. Of course, they're showing me you weren't like in line for the throne or anything, but there was a certain amount of, like, I guess, abiding by tradition that you just did not agree with, you didn't like. Wow. This is interesting because they're showing me in that life you, as princess, as a female, liked females. So this is kind of like a, I won't say like life theme for you for every life, but you like to kind of fly in the face of what's considered normal in your incarnations. So that's really cool that you know, back then, because they're showing me this was quite a while ago, even back then, you're like, I'm going to be someone different than what they're telling me. And look, yeah, here's kind of that blah over it. I don't want to participate in the way that you're telling me I have to. And I'm really getting the rainbow vibe going on over here. Like, I have my eye on this one girl, and like, if you only knew my best friend was actually the girl that I want to be with, you would probably kill me, literally, because that's just how things were back in those days. Wow, this deck is really delivering. I just still want to go to this one and see what else we can find, because this has got more castle vibes to it. Oh, we got a lot going on. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. You were very, very confused about what this meant for you, and even just about having to or trying to keep up appearances so that you didn't look or cause a lot of like harm to your family, or like gossip to your family and all of that. And again, though, it's playing kind of out the same way in this lifetime, but of course in a different way, on a different scale. It's not like you have a whole nation like with eyes on you, or at least, you know, any mutterings of any actions you take maybe being put into print, or, you know, penned out and talked about in the court. Let's see. What else about this life? Yeah, you were running away. Yeah, Nine of Cups, because upright, this is wish fulfillment, but it came out in reverse. Like, you felt like everything was like closing down. You had to, because they're showing me a meeting. You're in like your father's like chambers or whatever they call it in the Russian castles. I don't know if it's the same as like English castles and Scottish and all of those castles, but they're showing me you, like, he called you to have this like meeting or this discussion, and you didn't know what it was about, and you get in there, it's just you and him, his, I don't know, people that are always around in castles, like, close the doors and they're like waiting outside, and he just starts yelling at you about, you know, the disgrace that you are, and just all of these sayings. And, it just lit this fire in you that was like, you're wrong. This isn't real. Like, you're wrong. I love someone. And how can that be wrong? And he's just like, I see him slapping you and telling you, he didn't spit on you, but like spit at your feet and is like, you're nothing to me. He's showing me, spirit is showing me, your guide. He's showing me three. So you were one of three children of the king. I think, okay, so there's at least one boy, and they're showing me a shadow. It could have been a boy or a girl. They're saying it's really not relevant, but the oldest was the brother anyway, so he was going to be in line for the throne. And you just basically felt like cannon fodder for them to, have their political chess moves with your life. And you're just like, no, I'm not having it. And so your father then spit at your feet and is like, well, then go live your own life. Go do your own thing. And you literally did that. You ran away. I see you like lifting your dress like at the thigh level, like to run down the halls. And I don't think the sky was literally red. I do see some lightning going on because it was at nighttime. But it's like you were seeing red. You were seething. You were so angry and hurt and just all these emotions caught up together. And you just decided, even though the girl you loved was a very, I got major chills. I don't know oh my God. The girl that you were in love with in that life is actually Christian in this life. It makes sense. This makes so much sense. And then you say this makes so much sense. But you're running to meet her because she said you were with her actually when the guards or whatever they're called came to get you to talk to your dad, and you're like, meet me wherever at whatever time. And then you're running and you meet her, Christian, and you tell her, I told him off. I just told him this is who I am and I can't be anything I am not. And oh God, plot twist. Yeah. Oh, this hurts. Oh, it hurts. And anyway, so Christian, your girlfriend at the time, best friend, under the disguise of best friend, was like, wow, you did that for me? And he's like, yes, you. Yes, I did that for you. We can be together and we don't have to hide it. I mean, obviously you kind of had to hide it at least to a degree because like that was not at all like the norm or accepted at the time. And you said, I can just be like a common person. We'll make a life for ourselves, even if we just appear on the outside as two friends living together because my dad doesn't want me here anymore, whatever. Like we can make this work. We can do this. And wow. And then Spirit's just showing me this whole movie on loop in my head. And so after that, you guys are, it's like, because they're showing me this really nice place where she lives. And of course, she as in Christian, didn't tell her parents, yeah, I'm in love with Princess so-and-so and whatever. She's just like going along like, yeah, she's having some trouble with her dad. She's going to stay with us for a while. And of course, your family is like, her family, Christian's family is like arms wide open. Like, yeah, of course, we love you. Mostly kissing butt because they know who your dad is, right? And like, yeah, whatever, we love you. And so you kind of lived that life for a little bit. But you wanted to go off on your own with Christian and make a life together. And Christian broke your heart pretty much about 3 weeks after you left your castle. Broke your heart because her like place in society was more important than the love she felt for you, which was like a death blow to you literally giving up everything to be with her. And then she's like, nah, I guess the fame and money is more important to me than your love. But it wasn't you. She was just so insecure about someone possibly, however, somehow, some way, someday finding out who she really was, someone who loved another woman, that held her back from the love. It wasn't you, Ethan. And I think maybe in this life, the things that played out with Christian, it really makes sense as to why he never really felt like he deserved your love. Because in that, look, twin flame, holy cow. I'm just trying to put this back and I split the deck and there it was. Yeah, that big decision in life. And, maybe he failed again in this life. And, and in that life, she chose her own pride over loving you the way you deserved. Wow. That was awesome, but like sad, but awesome. It makes a lot of sense with all the stuff you've gone through with Christian. Wow. Yeah, it is so powerful. Spirit is really delivering with these past life reads the last few days. I don't know what it is. All right, Katie R, my dear. Last but not least, we've got Katie R on deck, and I think that's it. Yeah, and we're only an hour and 9 minutes in, so I think what I'll do is, if any other donations come in, obviously I can do those. Otherwise, I think I will organize my medicine / vitamin cabinet. I think I'm real gung-ho to at least get one thing done today, and I think I can do it. All right. Hi, Amanda. In the last reading, you said Brian was heading fast in my direction. I was wondering what his next move is going to be. Let's find out. All right. Let's go back to the Light Seers Tarot for this one. Oh, try that again. Here we go. I dropped some. You come back. Come back. All right. Here we go. Brian for Katie R. Oh, you love the drama. I know, right? Ooh. Well, we've got Leo energy on the board. I don't know if either of you have Leo energy. And at times I forget, like, the nuance of everybody. I know Leo and Scorpio for Pika Lee because, like, it's a thing that is just really established. But a lot of other people's placements. Sometimes I forget. I don't know if there's Leo going on in either of your charts or if you know that. But yeah, there's wish fulfillment here. There's like happiness, like an abundance of happiness and feeling just very content emotionally. So like he's gonna share like some really beautiful like I don't know, like emotions or like not like secrets, like he doesn't have anything bad, but like just vulnerability. He's gonna be sharing some vulnerability that's really gonna surprise you. Oh, Leo comes up in your readings. Let's see. Oh, he's a Scorpio sun and Aries moon. Cool. Yeah, that's a lot of like fire and Mars energy. That's so cool. Of course, water, Scorpio, but Scorpio's ruled by Mars. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, there might be something where you're collaborating. But this to me more feels just collaborating energetically, like you're coming together to for a common goal or common project, which could be a relationship, right? And this is interesting because you've got some clarity here. So maybe those confusion or just wondering like, what's his next move? Like, does he like me as much as I like him? Like, what's going on here? You're gonna get some clarity on that real soon, and it's good news though because we got all this going on. But with this strength card, this is just you really tuning into your heart center, and him really tuning into his heart center, so that you guys can kind of come together on a level that you haven't yet before. And that's really what I see with this combination specifically here is just collaborating from the heart towards a common goal, which a relationship or communication, and just having some beautiful communication together. Just like I'm seeing a new beginning or a new start, maybe a proposition, him asking you out officially, something like that. There's the twin flame card, or at the very least high level soulmate card. So yeah, a big decision. That big decision could be, do we date? Do we take this thing to the next level? Yeah, I see that being maybe, do we move in together? I don't know, something like this. You've been wanting clarity for years. Oh, he's married, but I know he's not happy. I'm just waiting for them to separate. Okay, and that could be the decision he's making. He's making it very clear to you that, yeah, the relationship just really is not what I want it to be. Because he is trying to collaborate with something with you that has nothing to do with where he's at right now. Oh, love you, Susie. Have a beautiful day. I know you're probably sad and struggling, but big, big hugs. Love you. Let's see. Yeah, Page of Cups. Like he's going to surprise you with a romantic proposition of some sort. But I think he knows. And this is no like meanness to his character, but I think if he knew he could get away with it and not get caught, I think he would come in your direction and try to have his cake and eat it too for a while, but he would realize things were much more emotionally fulfilling with you, and eventually he would leave her anyway. But he's trying to be a good boy, is what I'm seeing. He's trying to be a good boy and, you know, really make things either work or really know that things are over with his wife before he does try to give you his heart and his communication and his decision and wish fulfillment and everything, because he's trying to be a good boy. But like deep down though, if he knew he wasn't going to get caught, he'd totally be in your direction. But he also knows that you're not about that life. He knows that, you know, while he's still with her, living with her, married, committed to her, you're not going to go down that road. Maybe you'll talk to him and maybe flirt, but like nothing else. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to cheat. And I know yeah, exactly. But deep down, if he knew his wife would never find out, or, you know, family, friends would never find out, he totally would. Like, let's just spill the beans on that. But because he doesn't want to get in trouble or caught, that's kind of more what's holding him back. But I think there's something going on. Let's tune into the energy of something going on in his relationship. You know, Spirit's like, shh, you can't spy too much, but like, let's get just a general theme. We're not looking for specifics here, Spirit, because it's not fair for us to pry into their relationship. But yeah, he's very conflicted. You know, do I choose her? Do I choose her? You know, I got history with this one, but I also got history with this one. I got love for this one, but I also got love for this one. I'm already with this one and things aren't great, but like, it's what I know. Like, it's a dumpster fire. Oh, it's got to be a difficult situation, not just for you, not just for him, but for you. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But he, you know, again, he's got some things to work out because this is his current energy in his relationship. Is like, what do I even do? Like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what I want, which is interesting because this was one of the first cards to come out, is knowing exactly what you want and getting it. He's not getting it because he doesn't quite know what he wants. He might know what he doesn't want, but he's still putting up with a lot of what he doesn't want. Not to say his wife is this bad person or anything. It's just they're not as compatible as they thought they were when they got together. And that's become more clear as time wears on. And I think neither of them wants to admit, hey, maybe we made a mistake getting together. Not that any relationship is ever a mistake, because we learn a lot and like we grow, we become who we are. And then we decide maybe this isn't for me anymore and move on. So like really, there are no mistakes with that. But I think they're, especially the wife, is really trying to make this work. And because he's got this kind of conflicting energy, I don't think she knows about it. But there's something on a subconscious level where she knows he's not completely hers as far as his attention. Yeah, that might get him moving. I mean, that's worth a try. But I think he's going to surprise you very soon with some news about possibly talking about divorce, or just deciding things aren't ever going to be better with her, and that yeah, eventually he will leave her even if now's not the time. I don't know. Something along those lines. That kind of communication is coming to you from him. Clarity. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, abundance. So there's a lot of love here. I mean, whatever way you shake it, there's a lot of energetic connection. And yeah, community. This is, I don't know if you guys met in some sort of community setting in the past, or maybe if it was online. I don't know how you guys met. But yeah, there's an abundance of prosperity if you two come together. And of course, on the back of the deck, happiness, which is what his life is greatly lacking right now, is that wish fulfillment, is that happiness. Yeah, I like her and I want her to find, yeah. And it's interesting because she's not happy where she is. She's trying to convince herself that if things would be this way or that way, then I would be happy. But they're just never gonna hit that mark. They're never, it's like her, especially her, she's got such high expectations for him to meet that he could never meet. Even if he was like 1,000,000% in love with her and wanting to hit every mark for her, she's got this idealized version of him that he could never live up to. It's not even realistic. It's not even him. But I think this does stem from a past life they shared together, because they are soulmates as well, but so are you and him, and possibly maybe even you and her. You know, a lot of times we we sign up for these weird little assignments down here together. To play the bad guy or the other woman or the other guy or the best friend or the whatever, everything in between. You would be surprised the fact that you are soulmates with someone you barely knew way long ago. Like, we can literally blip into our lives for a minute or a season or a lifetime. Like, it's all over the board. You have way more soulmates incarnated, all of you, than you think, than you know about. But let's just see, let's go ahead and just see kind of, I know Spirit doesn't like me putting like end dates on things, but like between now and summertime, like the vibe going on between you and Brian, KDR and Brian, between now and summertime. Well, yeah, okay, it makes sense. We got the love card, which yes, the love is still there, but then the broken wishbone, it says wish will not be granted. But like I said in the readings at the beginning when this came out, they're actually depicting the winning half of that, or more than half of that wishbone. So Spirit's almost telling me this really could go either way by summer. Maybe he's going to tell you, I'm trying to make this marriage work, and him trying, and it just not really quite working because he's still got that love for you. And as long as he still has that love for you, he can't be fully present or committed to the relationship he already has, even though he feels like, well, I'm here, so I'm committed. It doesn't really work that way because energetically there's a portion of him, even if you don't talk to him every day, that's going in your direction, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's interesting. It's pretty much Spirit saying, you know, this really could go anyway. Yeah, pay attention to your health and well, family wishes come true. So this might just be you focusing on you, your own health, your own fitness, your own like what you consume, like your food, your water, you know, the media that you consume, and just really focusing on that self-love and that self-care and your own family. And that will be enough, I think, too, to kind of tip the scales a little bit to be him think that, oh, maybe she's moved on. She's not giving me as much attention. You know, it doesn't even have to look like you going to find another person. Just you finding you that could be all he needs to find the relationship, you know? Yeah, just focus on you. Just make your life the biggest, brightest, shiniest beacon of light that you can. And, you know, always, all told though, like no matter what happens, if you're just really focusing on making your life the best, no matter what happens, it's going to be the best that you can make it, you know, whether Brian comes along or someone else or whatever. All right, we got 2 more donations. So we have Joy. I think that joyous balance is joy, I'm pretty sure. And then Pika Lee, I promise, last one. You are so cute. No, I love it. Joy, and then Pika Lee. And that's what we got. Okay. So Joy, go ahead and post your question. You're so welcome, Katie. Yeah, just keep working on you, my dear. Oh, a past life reading. It's a past life kind of day. I love it. All right, what's going on for Joy? Let's see. Where do I want to go? Muse Tarot? Yeah. Let's go to Muse Tarot. That's what we're going to do. For Joy. A past life for Joy. All right. Something, and I always like to tune in, even if I don't say it out loud, I'm saying it in my head, into a life that actually has relevance in your life, especially what you're going through right now, or just kind of things that are life themes for you. Because it's all cool to know what our past lives are, but like, how do we apply that to our current life? Because they are all connected, really. Because if you think about time as being kind of an illusion and everything happening right now, these lives technically are parallel lives, or future lives, our past lives, our present lives are all like happening right now. So, of course, lessons you learn in this life almost can even affect what we consider past lives. It's very interesting. All right, Joy's past life. Anything coming up for Joy's past life? Ooh, we got the Death card. I want to get some clarification, but it's already starting to paint a picture. I'm seeing the 1680s. They're showing me the 1680s. Yeah, this is in, oh, I made your chills. This is in England. So like I know a lot of the United States kind of witch trial things were going on, but I mean, that's kind of just been like a theme for all of England for even hundreds of years before that. um, and they're showing me like heretic, all of this and the burning. It's interesting because it's almost like a reverse burning at the stake or something like that, where these rocks are actually like bringing this lightning that, lightning is sort of like fire in a way. um but yeah, you were actually persecuted or executed for your beliefs, or just not admitting to being something that you weren't, that you were accused of. Let's really feel into this for joy. And this has kind of been another collective theme, like right now, with a lot of people who were, in the past burned as witches or hung as witches or heretics, or, just killed for your beliefs or your lifestyle or whatever. This is a collective humanity wound that is actually really, we're digging deep. We're digging down into that leg to pull that bullet out right now. As a collective, a human collective. We're purging the heretic, burned witches, persecuted for your belief wound as we speak. Like, we're not done. We're like mid surgery right now. Like, it's a thing that I notice, like in my dream themes, just talking to other people. It's something I've noticed. But yeah, 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. We are progressing through this energy, and that's what you did in this life. In this life, Joy, specifically, your life right now is, you maybe even as a child, you felt like you couldn't speak up because, like, what if you got in trouble for something, standing up for someone or speaking your truth, or what if I stand up for my friend that this bully is messing with, and then the bully starts messing with me. Like, you know these are like even as a child, they feel so just heavy, and like, I better keep my mouth shut, even though I know it's the wrong thing to do, because like, I don't want my friend to be bullied. But like, if I speak up, bad things happen. I remember from a past life, of course, on a subconscious level, not like a child remembering that. But there might have been instances in your life, Joy, where you like were mad at yourself for not speaking up or speaking your truth in relationships, in jobs, with friends, with your parents, family growing up. Um, but this is a deep wound that I think, you and many of the collective, are healing and clearing right now. But there's a progress here, because, going from the 5 to the 6, and the 5 of Wands, that is all about that conflict, chaos, fighting, battling it out, trying to prove, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. And then the 6 of Wands happens. That's the victory card. That's success. That is winning the battle, winning the war. So you, even if, in that life, because they're showing me, you were a female in that life. You were 14 years old, so very young. Interesting, because you were supposed to marry this guy. Yeah, at that age, pretty young. You were supposed to marry this guy, and you had lit a candle, and you weren't very poor. You weren't what they would consider nobility, but you definitely weren't, peasant life. Somewhere in between, kind of the middle class of the era of the 1680s in England. And you were, so of course you still lived with your family. You were supposed to be with this guy. Your wedding was like not that far away, but he came to surprise you. It was, I won't say it was an arranged wedding, but it was kind of like back end business deal between your dad and his father, and all of that. And he was about 6 years older than you, they're showing me. So he would have been about, what, 21 at the time. But he came to surprise you, and he saw that you had this candle lit, and you were in like the like middle part of the house, which to me it just looks like a kitchen. And then it's interesting because it's not like they're specific set other rooms, but they're showing like curtains or tapestries kind of closing off one part of the house from another. And you were just in the main part of the house. Like, you just barely opened the front door of the house, and there you are at the table with the candle, and you're praying to the candle, speaking in like what we would probably today consider light language. And he's like, I got major chills right now. And he's like, he saw this, he witnessed this, and he's sitting there thinking, because he was very religious, and the upbringing and the programming was very real in those days about witches and heretics and all of this. Because he didn't understand it, he didn't want to, of course, ask you about it, because it terrified him that what if I'm linked to her and then I get burned and put in prison or whatever for being some sort of heretic myself, because he had, as a child, and most of the culture at the time had witnessed many beheadings and burnings and hangings and all sorts of craziness. Gallows, just being there in the gallows audience of the day. And he couldn't have it. He just couldn't have it. And so he told some people that were like above him. They looked to me to be like not noblemen, but they were in, like, I guess what you'd consider the military. I don't even know if it was considered military at the time. Yeah, Spirit's delivering the detail today. I am loving this, because sometimes it's very vague, but like the main points come through, and other times they really want to hone in on a specific day or instance or situation in the lifetime. But within hours, they're showing me within hours of you praying to this candle, doing this light language, and your fiance, for lack of a better word, arranged fiance kind of thing, going and telling these, I guess, military type people, guard type people, I don't know. You were then arrested and very soon after charged, and they kept telling you, recant say that you don't believe this or say that you don't believe that, and you're just basically saying, I can't lie. I just am connected, and it's not the God that you guys all pray to. It's the God that is real. Like, you didn't have probably the best way to explain it, because you didn't have a book or an internet you could go to and Google, like, is the Christian God real? Is the Hindu gods real? Is this real? Is that real? It was just the God you've always known. But with this page of materials, it's interesting because it actually helped you put to bed a soul contract that you had been following you around for at least the most previous 3 lifetimes that you had had. Not to say you're not still affected by that energy, but the major part of that energy, you being executed in that life, was kind of freeing you from some of these darker contracts that you had the previous 3 lives. Wow, interesting. But so yeah, in this life, if it had been difficult for you to speak up, or if someone asked you, hey, did you do this? And even if you did, or especially if you did, you're almost wondering, like, what is their hidden motive to wonder why I did that? Because, it's deeply ingrained in your soul that, people will ask you those questions about your own private affairs, and why should you have to, stick up for your own beliefs? Like, so that might be a theme that you're dealing with in this life. That's so beautiful. You're able to pay that forward. Your kindness is embedded in your soul. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but so cool. Oh, pulled in. In fact, you were so pulled into mine. I definitely think we're gonna have soul family ties. Are you liars? Yes. I love it. You guys are so cute. I love that you guys can just have full-on conversations in the chat while I'm doing this. I think that's so cool. I love it. All right. So we had a couple more donations. So Pika Lee, go ahead and post your next question. And then we had yes, Pika Lee, and then Justina. Justina is next. All right. Justina Chanel. I gotta spell it right this time. Chanel. Need a capital H in Chanel. I must have a lazy shift finger, because a lot of times the first 2 are capitalized instead of just the first. I do that sometimes. All right. So Pika Lee. I'm gonna take a drink, and then I'm gonna turn this fan on, because even in this little tank top, it's hot in here today because the sun is out and it's like 50 degrees outside. It's 3:33 on my clock. And 1:33:33 on the live stream. I had to wait a second to get there, but we got there. So I meditated earlier today and felt something like feathers touching my back and my right arm and right cheek. Felt masculine and kind of flirty, and that is like And it's like this playful energy, kind of the way me and Leo flirt with each other, but I don't know if this has anything to do with him since we haven't talked in a while, or if this is someone else. The movie City of Angels keeps popping into my head, and hearing that song, You Know Who I Am, that's on that soundtrack, felt like I had to ask what this was. I'm hearing this is a higher self. This is someone's higher self kind of working with spirit guides to come through to you. And I'm turning this fan on real quick, and then we will get into this because this is exciting. The message is already coming in, and oh, whoops, I'm dropping decks on the floor. And now Walter's barking. Let me turn my fan on. Turn that one off. Oh, let's get some airflow going. They call this Fool's Spring in Montana, or, you know, the northern states, I guess. Canada, maybe. Fool's Spring. It's like in wintertime, the snow starts melting, and you get like a whole week's worth of like 40 to 50, maybe sometimes 60-degree weather, and then it starts melting the snow. And then like the next week, it's like below zero again. It's like Fool's Spring. All right. Peekawee. Yeah. So they're showing me this. This is your future love's higher self. They're laughing now because they don't want to say who this future love is. They're not even going to let me know. So, like, good luck. If I would know, I'd probably tell you. So this is the next person you're going to next be in relationships with. Higher self, working through your guides, basically flirting it up to let you know, yes, we're here, meaning I'm here, and all of this. Oh, I love that song, yeah. Yes, that is such a good song. And then we got the Ace of Cups, so new love, new love. Did we already mention new love? Because, like, new love, your next love. Yes! Oh, now I have chills. So yeah, they're like, you got our message, thank goodness, because like, yay, happiness is coming in. Literally the sun. And it's so funny because I was talking about Fool's Spring, how, you know, the sun is melting the snow, it's really nice, and then comes the freeze. So it's almost like right before this person comes in, there's gonna be like, everything feels like life is perfect, and then something's gonna happen in life to where you're like, wow, I thought things were going so well, and now look at what's going on. And then right after that, that's when this person's coming in. Even if they're already in your life in some capacity right now, energetically speaking, this is when it shifts to being a relationship where you both are knowing of each other and on board and making a relationship. Oh, you're in the Jack in the Box drive-thru. Ooh, that makes me wonder what I'm having for dinner tonight. I might go get a burrito from Taco John's. That sounds so good. I haven't gone through any drive-thru or been to any restaurant in like over a month. So like, has it been that long? Sometime in January we did. We went through one drive-thru, but like it's been a while. All right, let's see what else is going on. What was Spirit trying to show? Peekawee. They've already confirmed. Yes, it was us. New love. We're just letting you know that's what's going on here. And then this, whatever this is. Yeah! Take that leap of faith. You're going to know when this person comes in and the time is right. You're just going to feel it. You're going to know. And it's like this person climbed all the way up this ladder just so they could literally jump off and take that leap of faith. And it's interesting, too, that the sun is right at this point. And it's almost like you don't even have to jump. It's like there's almost like a bridge here that's going to lead you to the other side of your happiness. And it's interesting because both of these have sand. This one doesn't. This one's got water. But these two have sand. And it's like, you know, ripply sand and then more smooth sand. Interesting. I like how the cards can just completely tell a story all their own. But yeah, and sometimes when we're trying to make things move in a direction that our ego or our human selves want to have happen, it's almost like we're walking in sand or in mud and things just aren't moving forward. It's not like that full sprint on concrete where you could just move and go. It's almost like you're just walking or trying to run in sand and it's like you're barely getting anywhere. So just really surrendering to Spirit and just saying, I trust your timing. I'll be happy whenever this happens. And trust your own spiritual guidance and spirit themselves and the nudges or little feather brushes that they give you. This is you. getting the message. And when you get the message and you let them know, or they know that you got the message, it's like a party in the other realms. Like they are so, it's like they almost like their egos come online, like, yeah, I did that. They know it was me. That's awesome. But yes, this is so beautiful. This is you really just, leaning into that spiritual side and trusting your intuition that, yes, this was about your future love. This was flirty for a reason, because this is having to do with that future love connection. All right. And then we have Muse of Voices, so King of Swords. So this is a very clear message of communication. Oh, and that sand makes you, I haven't heard that song in so many years. Oh, that's a good one. It's almost like a yodely kind of song, if it's the right one I'm thinking of. It's like, da 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 da. Is that the one? Is that the one? Because that's the song that's playing in my head. I think it's called Desert Rose by Sting. I think it came out in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken, because that's the one I'm hearing in my head. Yeah, it's very of the Orient. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, and this person could even have air in their chart. So your Aries, Libra, not Aries, Aries, no. Your Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, of course. They could have other placements as well, but this is just clear communication from that dominant spirit guide coming in hot to let you know, hey, yeah, this thing it's still gonna happen. It's just, timeline shifting and all the stuff going on in life. And they really do want you to focus on you and your just kind of betterment and leveling up anyway for a while, because you're really, taking those leaps forward and really trusting your own independence and your own self. And it's really when you realize just what an independent queen that you are, that's when the person will come in. It's just always how it seems to work, isn't it? When we least expect it or really even want or need it, there it is. And then you're really happy about it. Okay, so next on our list, we've got Justina, and I think she had mentioned, well, in here it says, what does love look like for me in the future? And then up here, she had mentioned something. I thought I saw her comment. What does love look like for me in the future? I'm with a person now, but I'm unsure. We haven't talked for a few days. Okay. So Justina, just let us know you're here. We'll get right into this for you. And if you would like a guaranteed question answered today, you can always send a donation. Otherwise, after Justina's question, if there's no more donations, I will check on out for the day. I had so much fun though. I love these past life readings. I love these just right now live readings. This is so much fun. All right. Justina, future of love. Okay, yeah, you're just kind of feeling like blah, like, this is someone who is just kind of wanting something more emotionally fulfilling or more connected. And it's like, do you see the cup first? Or do you see the two faces about to kiss but not quite kissing first? Because I just saw the cup first, and then I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? But she's just looking a little bored, like waiting around for a call or waiting around to hear from this person, and this person's off, working or doing something else. And it's just that spark or that, I don't know, that real strong connection that may have been there before. It's like you maybe haven't felt it for a while, or maybe you've just gotten so complacent with it that, yeah. Yeah, you did receive the message that once you meet them, that you'll know that's your person. Absolutely, you will. Absolutely. Yeah, shifting timelines like crazy. Yeah. And it's a lot of time hard for spirit to give us a time frame when we're constantly like switching timelines and switching lanes, and they're like, okay, well, you were on I-95 and now you're on this one, and like we lost track. Okay, here we are. We've located you. Okay, now you're on this trajectory. But like the more we shift timelines, the harder it is. Not saying it's a bad thing, because it's not. I mean, we could shift 4 or 5, however many different timelines in probably 1 minute if we really wanted, but it's difficult because spirit likes to try to help us, but a lot of times with our free will getting involved, that really throws a wrench in spirit's gears. But that's the gift of being on earth, is the gift of free will, to just completely go off script and do some crazy things. But yes, for Justina, that spark is gone. Oh, let's just see what's the future of this connection, or just anything she needs to know. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant here, and this card can talk of marriage or speak of marriage, but to me this is a very somber or kind of like lonely Hierophant looking card, because it's almost like the higher self or the spirit part of the relationship is, illuminated. But it's almost like, this figure is showing up in a black robe, almost like they're in mourning of what once was. So I'm really reading this as the fact that it might even be you that just decides, I deserve something better. Oh yeah, we've been talking for over a month. Yeah, you deserve to have that spark and that connection. And here's the thing, because just speaking from my own life experience, when I met my husband, we were friends for a few months before we got, dating and all of that. But even just as friends, like I already knew I liked him and everything. And like I would plan my whole day around when do I get to see him again. And of course, we were in college. Neither of us was had a like steady job at the time, so we had a lot of free time when we weren't in class to do things because we had both actually worked jobs and saved up a whole bunch of money. And by a whole bunch, I mean a couple thousand, because back then that was a whole bunch of money. To be able to live and buy lunch and gas and everything you need to maintain. We got a donation from Terry. If Terry wants to let us know who she is, we will get you on the list, my dear. But what Spirit's showing me is the fact that we would just like plan or shift our whole day around each other. It wasn't just me; he was doing it too, and it felt so innocent and cute and fun. And it's like when you like someone in that way, like you like magnetically, you just keep being pulled to them, pulled to them, pulled to them. There's Terry. Hello. We will get you a one card right after we finish with Justina's question. But when that, or if that kind of fizzles out, it's very difficult to keep that connection going if you don't, already, because there's a lot of people, I've been together with my husband for 18 years. So like, we've had all the cycles and ups and downs and everything. But there's at the heart of what we have, there's always just this playful, fun, deeply spiritually connected, like focal, like fulcrum that just we swing around. Like we always come home to that. We always come home to that. We always come home to that. But if that spark or that like connection isn't there, when you don't hear from the person for a while, or if life gets busy, it's really hard to want to put in the effort or to care or to even want to move that forward. You know what I mean? So I guess it's really about examining, is this worth working for? Because all relationships are work. At first, a lot of times they just feel like fun and flirty and it's just flows so well. But then, life happens and you get careers and maybe you have kids and, things happen. And it just, if you don't put that work in, things can really go off the rails or get stale. Yeah, exactly. We got the death card here. So this could literally be the death of the relationship, full stop, or the fact that you guys kind of have to work it from another angle to get it back on track. Because there's definitely been an emotional, I guess, disconnection in the connection, if that makes sense. But let's just get a clarifier on that death to see does this mean this relationship's just kind of run its course? Or what? What's going on? I don't think it has. Maybe this is just kind of a death of the way it used to be, and now we're going to do things slightly different. But really, you have the option to do either, is really how I'm presenting this, or Spirit's presenting it to me, most specifically. You could end the relationship and do what you want, or you could put in the work. I mean, 10 of Pentacles, this is someone who has put in that work to create a legacy, to create something long-term. You could go either way. It's really going to be up to you specifically, Justina, because I think whatever it is you want to create in this relationship, I really do see this person going along with it. If you want to make this a thing, long-term, long-lasting, more committed, I see that you can pull this person into your magnetism and do that. Or if you're just kind of like, I don't know, the connection is just, I'm not as attracted anymore, or, the spark has faded, whatever, then that person can kind of just go the same way and decide, yeah, okay, it's been nice. It really does stem though from you and what you want to do. You're going to be able to make whatever you need or want to have happen. Yeah. Ace of Inspiration. So there's either going to be, and again, time will tell, or your own free will tell what this is, a whole new relationship coming in or someone else coming in that catches your eye, Or maybe you just wanting to focus on your career or your spirituality or your own like life mission. That could be one way. Or another is there's a reignition of passion in the relationship. It's going to go whatever way you decide it's going to go. Because this is kind of that phallic energy, that Ace of Wands. It's, very phallic energy, very passionate energy as well. New beginning, new passionate beginning. If this is the current state of the relationship, this coming in is real good news. But again, this all has to do with the direction you're wanting to take this. I think you're going to be able to take it whatever which way you want. And then we have the Emperor. Yeah, you're the one in charge here. Even if it looks like this person's in charge, energetically speaking, you're the one, in charge of this and where you want to go from here and what you want to do from here. I hope that resonated for you, Justina. It really just left it up to you. Spirit does that sometimes. They're like, it's your free will. You have your life. You do your life. You do what you do. Which is good, though, because then we don't feel so, I guess, pegged into just one little, like, box of life, which is nice to not feel so constricted. Because we already feel so constricted being in this human meat suits, right? It's difficult for a soul to be in a body. And then we add all these other parameters on top. It's a lot. All right, Terry. Looks like you've donated for a 1-card pull or yes/no question. So go ahead and post your question and we'll get right into that for you. And you are the last donation unless another one comes in between now and the end of Terry's reading. And then we will roll with that. Higher frequencies can be a bit draining after a certain point. I need to work on that. You're right. Sometimes after a big influx of cosmic energy, I'm just like, I need to literally go put my hands in the dirt and just like check out from the spiritual realms and just get real present in like washing my dishes or, weeding my garden or something like that. I mean, I'm not doing much garden weeding right now because it's wintertime, but like, some of that snow melted off my mint in the garden out there, and I'm like, actually saw some green leaves on that mint that never died through the winter, which happens a lot. It's funny how that goes, but I wanted to just go pull about 20 or so off and make myself some mint tea. I did harvest a whole bunch of mint, so I've got a lot of dried mint to make tea, but I don't know. There's something about fresh mint leaf tea that's even better than dried mint leaf tea. Do you see Kenny contacting me soon? Let's find out. For Terry, is Kenny going to be contacting Terry soon through Spirit? All right, we have the wheel, so something's going to change. So if you haven't heard from Kenny in a while, then Kenny's going to be coming forward. If you just heard from Kenny yesterday, I think maybe it might be a while. So whichever one kind of more resonates with your situation. If it's been a minute, then I think you will hear from him. Either you will reach out or he will reach out. But let's get some clarification on how or what or when or why. Oh, that flew. Ace of Voices, communication. This is a yes. You're going to hear from him soon. He's going to be probably the one to reach out to you. Unless you think you reaching out is the better idea, then feel free to do that. But this is a yes. Aces are yes. And literally, specifically about communication with the Ace of Swords or Ace of Voices here. So you're going to get clarity on the connection between you and Kenny as well. Let's just see how the conversation will go. I know it's a 1-card read, but like, I'm curious. I want to help you out. I want to see what Terry can expect. What's going on? Yeah, so we got the death card here. This is such a thing today. So many death cards. But I want to get some clarification on exactly what this death is. Is this a new beginning? I asked, is this a new beginning? We got the Fool. New beginning. Hello. So it's like you're transforming, or Kenny's wanting to transform the relationship into something more committed, more connected. Or maybe that's you that's wanting to do that, and he's like, okay. But it's interesting, of the 4 cards, you've got 3 major arcana. So there might have been an internal transformation, because, major arcanas, yeah, they can represent external transformation. But first and foremost, as within, so without. So there might have been some internal shifts that you've had, or just some kind of busy times, or even hard times, or just kind of healing times that you recently went through, Terry, that are bringing fresh, vibrant, new energy to how you show up in the world and your connection with Kenny and everybody else. So good job, whatever you just did and went through, because it might not have been easy. What you just went through, some hard times. whatever you've been through, it wasn't easy, but look, instead of feeling like, okay, it's over, that's it, like you're showing up with a new like lease on life. Like you're ready, even if what you just went through or, the last year or so, kind of the energy we're pulling in. And I got major chills now. So there might even be a crossover loved one from the other side that's really been close at hand. I'm feeling a masculine energy, like a father, grandfather type energy, or maybe an uncle. That kind of energy is coming in to say, you're good. You got it. We're with you. We're supporting you. And we will be there to catch you as you take that leap of faith. You're not going to hit the ground. I just want to get one more. I want to get one more for you, Terry. You've been through some stuff, and Spirit's got your back. I just want you to know that. Yes, the King of Pentacles. There's some abundance coming in. I know this doesn't have so much to do with love, but like it could. We could apply this to Kenny and what you're talking about. I don't know if you worked with Kenny or Kenny just got a new job or he's got a new promotion or something, or maybe you just did. Maybe because they're mirrors. These are literal mirrors of each other. So you and Kenny, even if your lives are very different, it's like you just went through a very similar healing phase of life and you're ready to start something new. But with this King of Pentacles, this is someone who's very willing and ready to put in the effort and work to make something happen. So I think both of you are ready for this new beginning and to kind of rise from the ashes of whatever transpired before. Even if nothing bad happened between you and Kenny, I think you both each just had your own ish going on in your lives that it kind of took you guys away from each other because there's just been a lot. Collectively, there's been a lot going on. But that stuff and dealing with all of that stuff can help bring you back together. And I really do see that's what you want for sure and what he wants. So, yeah. I hope that resonated for you, Terry. And I think that's all we've got time for today. But good to see you, Terry. I don't think I've seen you here before, but it was such a pleasure to read for you. And all of you, obviously, even my ride or dies, as I like to call you, my high vibe tribe. Of course, I love you guys. Yes, there's the high vibe tribe as I'm putting everything away. You guys checking on in. You guys just really make what I do even better because like I feel your love and support and commitment in the chat. Even if you're not like letting us know you're here, I know you're here. I feel you. I love you. Even if you're here to hate on me, it's okay. I still love you. Like we're all family here, even if, not all families are perfect. So like there it is. Yeah. Seemed like a simple remark just calling someone sis, but I really appreciate that. Yes, it's such a term of endearment. I love that. It's beautiful. Beautiful energy. All right, you guys. Terry says she's ready. So Spirit, bring it for Terry. She is ready. She is ready for that new lease on life. I think we all are. I think we're all ready for some new energy. Yeah, it's a psychic thing. There you go. I love it. All right, you guys, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Just double check we didn't have any other donations come in. Nope, Terry was our last donation. This was fun. I thought it was going to be a very short and sweet. Not that there's anything wrong with that live stream, but you guys, you took me the distance. I love you guys. This was fun. I loved the questions we had coming through today, and it's so much fun. Yes, you have a good night as well, Terry. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you too. But yeah, since we're all here, since we got 8 people here and 28 likes on the video, thank you for that. I'm going to pull all of you who are still here. This is going to be a collective message. So this will include anyone watching the replay or anyone watching right now. This is going to be just a little message from Spirit for you. And here it is. Shine. We've got the solar plexus chakra with Mukite. Mukite is a jasper. But it says shine. You are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. Ooh, it's 11 p.m. in Ireland. Amazing. Someday I will make it to Ireland. Roots grow deep in Ireland, and I've never been, and I think it would be beautiful to go. Speaking of traveling, let's pull one from the Sacred Traveler for all of us as well. Ooh, we got here Wondrous Universe, Walk in Beauty. I love it. Yes, shine and walk in beauty. And look, he's literally, it's like the cosmos behind him or like his aura, just shine and bright. And we've got what I almost want to call like Uranus, possibly. I don't know. I'm just making things up. But that's definitely got Saturn vibes, but more Uranus. I was going to say Neptune, but then I'm like, no, Neptune's blue. So I'm picking up Uranus energy. And Uranus connected with Saturn. that's an energy about, really going down and like tower momenting like the systems in place. Because, Uranus is here to bring new energy, and Saturn is here to bring karma and stability and security and long term whatever. But when that, karma part of Saturn gets involved and they don't like the way the systems of this world are going, and Uranus gets involved, is like, let's change everything. This is a potent combination. So some of you may have a Saturn Uranus conjunction in your chart, or maybe they aspect, square, oppose, whatever, each other in the chart. Even if that's not the case for you, you're picking up on this energy right now as a collective in the reading right now, and you have access to that power. That is power. And it's interesting because we actually have a square going on between these two planets since, it's happened a few times in 2021, and I think we're still kind of in the midst of this square between these two planets, and it does create revolution and change. Not always, though, in a violent way, although it can come about in a violent way. What's currently going on in Canada, I don't want to say it because they will literally cut the feed if I even mention the word, what starts with a T. The 18-wheelers, the truck, and then okay, yeah. It's pretty sad you can't even say that word on a platform without getting, I guess shadow banned or knocked off your feet or whatever. But people are rising up, and not in a violent way. This is very peaceful. This is just people letting people in power know, hey, we don't want this to be the case. We want our freedom. We want our sovereignty, and it's working. So yay, 18-wheeler people, yay. You got this. And we all got this because we got that kind of energy of being able to shake up, wake up, quake up, break up everything that's not working. And it doesn't always have to be violent. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Oh, the cosmos behind the wizard in the card reminds me of the spirit realm. Yeah, I love that. Oh, by the way, update on my channel. I finished writing disclaimers for my Pick a Card channel, and they're so beautiful and magical and empowering, and it got me so pumped. I'm pumped. Just reading that, I'm like super duper excited. And when that is ready, you will have to let us know, because of course I'm going to be shouting it from the rooftops. And if you ever want to do a collab to bring more people, sign me up. I will more than be happy to collab with you. Speaking of collabs, you guys, I do have a collab coming up with the Kismet Chemist Tarot. She just had Chemistry with Kismet, or Kismet Chemist. It might be Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. She had it the other way around before, not with her tarot, but like the other. But yeah, her and I are collabing on Monday. We will have a 2-part reading coming out, one on my channel, one on hers. It will start on her channel, although if you find her by way of my channel, you can definitely watch them in the other order. It doesn't really matter. But we're focusing on your love story. Those of you who are involved or with somebody, this is going to be one for you. Sorry, singles. I do more readings for singles in the love department than couples anyway, so I don't feel too bad just focusing on the couples this time. But her reading will be your love story, the lessons you've learned, where you've come from, where you've been, maybe even past life stuff, and all the way up to the present moment of your love. And then my channel, my video will take off from your present moment into the future of your love, and tell that story for you. Of course, the future is unwritten, so if you don't like what you hear, you can always change it. But yes, that's what we're doing. So that will be available on Monday, on Valentine's Day, for all my lovers out there. That will be on my main channel. First thing linked in the description below if you didn't know it already. And I also have literally hundreds of other pick a cards if you want to go check those out. Yeah, Chemistry with Kismet, I think is her new name. Yeah, because it was the Kismet Chemist was her name in the past. And then yeah, Chemistry with Kismet. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, single here. Yeah. I don't want to jinx anything, but I hope to have a message for singles by Valentine's Day for self-love. So that works out. Well, if you have, hey, if you have that ready, I will definitely shout it out, at least in my description box, and link it. Let me know. Like, sorry, singles, but here's one for you. If you did open this and you did read my description, here you go. Or better yet, I will put it in my community tab. I'll share it in my community tab. And both. I'll do both. I'll do all of it. How's that sound? No pressure. But if you have it done and ready and want to share it, I'm your girl. I'll shout you out. Yeah, you can't hog all the cards. I love it. It's funny though, because singles are usually the ones that want to know about their love lives because the couples are the ones doing the thing. They're loving the life, living the life, being with the love. I don't know. But sometimes, in relationships, you kind of want to know, like, how does the person really feel? Or, what's the future of the connection? Like, it's not all about singles wanting to know about love, I think. I don't know. I've been together with my husband for over 18 years and I still like to check in, with the readings here and there just to see what's going on. It's fun. All right, you guys, I'm going to shut up now. I know I always say that. You could probably just do like a whole video, like 20 minutes of me going, okay, guys, I'm going to shut up now and go. And then I keep talking. Okay, I'm really going now. I'm shutting up and I'm going. You could probably do that. I don't know. If I ever get known enough, I hope someone does that. It probably won't ever happen, but it's hilarious. Or all the hey, hi, hello, good afternoons, because like I've said that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times by now. Oh, figure out channel art. Don't think the icons and channel art will be ready in time. Well, you know what? That's the thing. Sometimes you just got to start and then kind of construct it as you go. Because I think the first banner I had, no, I did have the banner that I used to have, so I'm a liar. But definitely on my channel when I had the Sims channel back in like 2008 and 9, that didn't even have channel art. I literally just took a screenshot of one of my animations from college and made that my channel art. And then I finally changed it to a picture of me like years later, but like, yeah, that was it. Okay, gonna go now, 20 minutes later, showing you my rock collection. Oh my gosh, that's such a theme in my life though. I'm like just so happily and easily distracted, but like I'm here for it. Because some of the best conversations I've ever had have been like with friends or family when it's like, well, I should probably go. And then an hour and a half later, you're like, oh wow, yeah, I really gotta go now. But like this was fun. Like literally, this was fun. So many conversations like that with Ryan, my husband, when we first weren't even dating, and then when we like were really early dating, because he lived about 26 miles south of Missoula, the town I live in, and he would have to be like, yeah, I probably got to go. It's like 3 in the morning, and my mom's like gonna be like, where were you all night? Who are you with? And this was because for 6 months that man didn't even let his parents know he was dating anybody, and one of their like community members was like, oh, I saw your son and his girlfriend at China Buffet. And then his mom's like, oh, so who's the redhead that my friend Becky was telling me about? Oh, you gotta love small town communities. That's where he's from, about 26 miles south. My small town community I moved away from, so like I still visit, but like it's just nice to be slightly more incognito in a town that's closer to over 100,000 than one of 1,500. All right, like I said, I'm gonna shut up and I'm really gonna go this time. I just want to hang out and have fun forever, but I better go get some medicine and vitamin cabinets sorted so that I can feel like I put my stamp on this day and got productive. So I love you guys. Thanks again so much for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative Live and also over my main channel. First thing linked in the description below, hundreds of pick a card readings and my Patreon. Lots of exclusive content over there, and I'm really gonna hit the ground running on a bunch of exclusive pick a cards for just Patreon this next week. And we have the Jean-Benet Ramsey, What Really Happened That Night, of course, from a more spiritual perspective, because violence and death, it's not fun. But we're gonna hear from her and really find out what happened that night this next week live over on Patreon. When Kurt came through, he brought down the house. That I still listen to that every once in a while because it was so much fun. We do some really cool and special things over on Patreon. So if you're not a patron and you want to come join the High Vibe Tribe over there, we get next level over there. It's so much fun. But I love you guys. I'm also going to be doing free readings over there, live stream one of these nights. Probably not this next week, but the week after. Yeah. And basically that pays, the $22.22 if you do the top tier Patreon. That pays for your one question for the whole month, and then you get all the access and all this stuff anyway. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna shut up again. Third time I said it, but I'm really leaving this time. I love you. I already did all this, right? Yep. Yep. You're agreeing with me. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Love you. See you next time. Beautiful redhead. Oh, you're so funny. Bye.